In this video, we're gonna edit some more street photography portraits with my Moody Lightroom preset. As a reminder, my cinematic Moody Lightroom preset is available right now on Gumroad. If you want a shortcut to editing your portraits, editing your photos with this moody feel, then this LUT is for you. And it gets most of the work done already. So if you like my videos, you learn a lot from them, and you want to support me and my channel, there will be a link in the description below where you can get my preset on Gumroad. It'll be the first link in the description below. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Samuel from Human Photographs. On this channel, I create photography content. If this is something that interests you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I am trying to reach 1,000 subscribers. We're very close. I really think we can do it. So if you would subscribe to my channel, that is one subscriber closer to my goal. All right, let's get into the video. So here I am in Lightroom, and I have this portrait up here. Now, this is a portrait I've shot during one of my street photography shoots. Okay, so as you can see, this portrait is a little bit overexposed. Now, if I were to reshoot this photo, I would probably just raise up my shutter speed so that it's a little bit more exposed. Either that or close up my aperture to say f2.8 so that it's more exposed. But since I am shooting in RAW, I can bring back all those details in post. And this is a tip for you guys, always shoot in RAW. So as we apply the Moody preset, you will see that it will remain a little bit overexposed, but this is something we can very easily fix. So I'm gonna apply the Moody preset. Boom. Okay, now it's giving us something to work with. The first thing I'm gonna do is decrease the whites and decrease the highlights a little bit. Then I'm gonna decrease the exposure because the Moody look is really, dark and gritty. So this is what we want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna decrease the exposure even more. Now you might not have to do this for your photo, but since my photo was overexposed to begin with, this is why I have to bring down the exposure even further. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna raise the shadows just a bit. So if we do a quick before and after, you can already see what the preset is doing. Now, make sure that you note that I didn't just apply the preset, right? I applied it and then I went in and made some modifications to it. And the same applies for you. Now, this is even if you're using a preset or a LUT, anything like that, when you use it, you don't want to just call it a day, right? You want to use it and you want to go in and make sure that it works for your photos and make sure that it, looks like the way you want it to look. What I could also do is go to the color mixer and maybe raise the orange up a little bit, maybe warm the image up just a tad. Now this looks good to me. As you've seen, I had to do very minor changes to the photo because the Moody preset already did most of that for us. Now this is where the magic is gonna happen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use masks. So here's my game plan. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to smoothen the skin tones just a little bit. And then I'm gonna, bring up the exposure of the face and darken everything that is around the face. This way, the face of the subject really pops through. Then I'm gonna darken a little bit more the background, desaturate it also a little bit more. And then I'm gonna apply a little mask to the eyes to really sharpen them and make sure that they are, tack sharp in the image. Now, as you can see, the eyes are already sharp, but they can always be sharper. Okay, so first things first, let's start with the background. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower the exposure just a bit. Perfect. And I'm also gonna lower the saturation to the saturated just a bit. Perfect. Now, this is good for the background. The next thing I'm gonna do is apply a radial gradient to his face to create this little mask around his face. And then I'm gonna raise up the exposure just to bring back some lighting on his face. I might raise up some shadows and the whites. Perfect. Then I'm gonna duplicate and invert the mask. And this time I'm gonna do the opposite and darken everything around his face. Boom. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a mask for his face and his eyes. So as you can see, Lightroom has already selected person 1, which is the subject. And now it is detecting the facial features of the person. So as you can see here, we have facial skin and body skin. We're gonna select that. We're also gonna select the eyes, the eye sclera, and the iris and pupil. Then we're gonna select create masks. Perfect. Now it has created a mask with everything in it. Now I want the eyes to be on a separate mask. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna click and drag them to new mask. I'm gonna do the same thing here. Perfect. So now we have the eye sclera, basically the eyes, and the face on two different masks. So let's start with the face. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go down to the texture. I'm gonna lower the texture, and that is going to make the face smooth. Now, if I zoom in here, so that I'm gonna zoom in so that you can see what's happening. As you can see, the face is becoming more smooth, just like that. And that's basically all I'm gonna do to the skin. Then I'm gonna select the eyes. I'm gonna raise the shadows up to bring back those details. I'm gonna raise up the whites just a bit, just a little bit. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go to the texture, and I'm gonna raise the texture a whole lot. And this is gonna make the eyes tack sharp. We've brought back details in the eyes, and we've made it a lot sharper. So that's basically it for the masks, for the quick before and after. Perfect. Now what we can do is basically the final tweaks. Basically going back into the image and, well, doing some final tweaks. That could be, you know, warming up the image just a bit. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little bit warmer. Perfect. I might lower the blacks a bit more. Yes. Okay, so to me, this looks good. Now let's do a final before and after comparison. Okay, so now we have a before and after comparison. And as you can see, we've been able to save a lot of details in the face, right? Because here was a little bit overexposed, but we were able to bring all of that back. The eyes are tack sharp. The face is the brightest part of the image, which is a look that I really love to have. And then if you look at the background, is much less distracting. It's less saturated. It's a lot darker, so that the thing that we're really focusing on is the subject and the subject's eyes. So this is my cinematic Moody preset. So I've got a bonus for you. I'm gonna give you this photo raw and completely unedited for free. This way you can download it and follow along with me. Now you will still need the Lightroom preset if you wanna, get exactly this look, but you can also get that using the first link in the description below. So the first link is my Lightroom preset, and the second link is this photo, raw and unedited, which you can download for free. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you do end up using this preset, make sure to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see what you do with it. If you want to see me use this preset on more than just one photo, you can watch this video right here where I use it on like 5 different photos. You can also click here to subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. But that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching. Stay creative, keep creating. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next one.